Aliyah Boston calls Caitlin Clark our Yapper in funny Fever admission. The Indiana Fever have a roster full of big personalities. This was made extremely clear for any fans who followed the Fever throughout the 2025 WNBA season. While the Fever certainly had players with more calm, subtle personalities like Kelsey Mitchell, Natasha, Howard, Ari McDonald, and Lexi Hull, those were offset by names like Sophie Cunningham, Sydney Colson, Ariel Powers, and Aliyah Boston, all of whom aren't afraid to show their outspoken and unapologetic personalities whenever the opportunity presents itself. Caitlin Clark is interesting because her personality lies somewhere in the middle. She can come off as reserved and understated at times, but then her passion will come through in major ways at other times, especially when she's on the basketball court. And fans must keep in mind that they only get a glimpse of these players when the cameras aren't rolling. There are so many interactions between the Fever roster that never have and never will see the light of day because that's the nature of locker rooms. Aliyah Boston's superlative stance on loud Caitlin Clark speaks volumes. There have been several Fever players who have noted that Clark has quite a wacky and goofy personality within Indiana's locker room, which often doesn't see the light of day. And Aliyah Boston hilariously alluded to this during an October 29th episode of her Post Moves podcast with Candace Parker. Parker asked Boston superlative questions about her Fever teammates. At one point she asked Aliyah who the loudest player on the Fever is. Loudest teammate Caitlin Boston responded with little hesitation. Caitlin is very loud. And she's a yapper. But I love her. That's our yapper, Boston added. As for Boston's other answers, she said that the funniest Fever player was Sydney Colson, which should come as a surprise to nobody. The best chef on the team was Brianna Turner. The most likely person to miss the team bus was Kelsey Mitchell. The player with the best playlist was Natasha Howard. Although Boston said she deserved that distinction herself, but was never on AUX. And the player who gave the best post-game hugs was rookie Michaela Timpson. It's clear that these contrasting personalities complemented each other given how closely knit the Fever became throughout the 2025 season. And this is surely a reason why Indiana was able to deny the odds and advance all the way to Game 5 of the WNBA semifinals despite having nearly half of their roster sidelined with injuries.